Hey, YouTubers. So, I'm in the garage. Yes, the garage. And guess what I'm doing right now? You can probably guess. You can probably guess. I'm smoking a hashtag big ass cigar. Look at that big ass cigar. The House of Keeping, smoking this Gran Habano cigar. Nice big ass cigar is a big ass cigar for life. And for you smart asses out there, this is not a Cuban cigar, even though it has the word Habano. You're thinking of the word Havana, which is Cuban. Habano just refers to the wrapper, not the wrappers in like a rapper, you know, but wrappers in like the leaf wrapper. So the leaf wrapper. So anyway, don't be a smart ass. That's the moral of the story. Anyway, so just getting on camera right now to shoot the shit, and talk about things. So I just had my dinner. I had a burger, nice big ass burger like the big ass cigar. Yeah, I had a bacon cheddar pub burger. Basically, Roach Brothers sells these. They're called bacon cheddar pub burgers. They're not terribly expensive. I think for two of them, they're about almost $7. That may sound like a lot, but they're actually a half-pound burger. So compared to a traditional hamburger patty, which is like this thin, it's like this thick. So it's pretty thick. So I think it's a half-pound burger. So nice big ass burger. Like the big ass cigar for life. So it takes a while to cook, unlike a traditional hamburger, which takes only like 3-4 minutes to cook. Actually, like 2.5 to 3 minutes to cook on a George Foreman grill. This burger takes about 5 to 6 minutes to cook. Between 5 and 7 minutes to cook. So it takes a while, but it's a half-pound burger. It's a half-pound of beef. So nice big ass beef like the big ass cigar. So it's definitely a lot of beef. So it takes quite a while to cook. So you really have to, you check with the thermometer and then the thermometer tells you if it's safe to eat. My rule of thumb is 140 degrees is safe. So 140, I know some people say 165. I'm not going to get into a big debate about, what is safe to eat for meat. Not meat as in your pecker, not meat as in your cock or your dick, but meat as in, the meat, like chicken, beef, lamb, whatever, pork. But different people have different rules. Like chicken has a lot more bacteria in it. Like raw chicken is loaded with bacteria. Pork especially has a lot of bacteria. You really have to be careful when you're cooking pork. Big ass pork like the big ass cigar, big ass piggy like the big ass cigar. Um, Beef like a hamburger patty. I've cooked it on a George Foreman grill at 140 degrees, and I've never, knock on wood, never gotten sick, never gotten food poisoning. I know some people say 165 degrees, but honestly, 140 for beef patties. I'm not liable if anything happens to you. Take your own risk. But I mean, I've never once gotten sick, so. I know a lot of people who I know, and I know a certain person. I won't say who it is. They like their beef blue rare, which is super rare, and I just can't imagine that. I've had a few bites here and there of blue rare meat, not meat as in your pecker, your dick, your cock, but blue rare like blue rare beef. I get nervous just eating that shit. It's like just eating that shit in general because, yeah, you worry about food poisoning. Because meat has a lot more bacteria than for example, eggs. Like, eggs are pasteurized, and they have some bacteria, the salmonella bacteria, but not nearly as much as meat. I'm not obviously I'm not a doctor, even though I play one on TV, and obviously I'm not whatever, like a lawyer, but your chance of getting sick from food poisoning, foodborne illness, is significantly higher with meat. Again, not meat as in your pecker, but meat as in like chicken, beef, pork, lamb, veal, your chance of getting really sick is significantly higher. Like eggs, for example, it's never recommended you eat raw eggs, and I think you're an idiot if you eat raw eggs. I think you're a moron if you eat raw eggs. I mean, some people will eat raw eggs. I think they're an absolute moron for eating raw eggs. But even eating raw eggs is not nearly as dangerous as, for example, eating like raw chicken, or like compared to like eating raw chicken meat, it's tremendously more dangerous. Because the raw chicken meat compared to the raw eggs has significantly more bacteria. I still think you're a moron if you eat raw eggs. It's never recommended. Even eating eggs that are kind of runny and kind of undercooked can potentially give you like diarrhea, for example. It can still potentially give you like diarrhea and like a stomach ache, for example, because when you eat raw eggs, there may still be traces of salmonella in that that can give you like an upset stomach, maybe even like mild vomiting. But your chance of getting sick is significantly higher with meat. Again, not meat as in your pecker, your dick, your cock, whatever, but meat isn't like beef and pork and chicken. So, moral of the story, if you're going to be OCD about meat, OCD about cooking, you're better to be OCD about cooking meat than cooking eggs. Eggs, excuse me, I burped, I'm a fucking piggy. Eggs, it's always a good idea to cook them. Like, for example, like I used to make sunny side up eggs, like eggs that are sunny side up, and they have the yolks running. Those are safe to eat. I mean, definitely safe to eat. I mean, you serve them at a restaurant, whatever. Yeah, those are totally safe to eat. But, the eggs are still a little bit runny, but those are safe to eat. It's not like eating raw eggs. And, sorry. Talking too much. Cigar's going out. 1 second. So, yeah, I mean, sunny side up eggs are safe to eat. It's not like eating raw eggs, but I'm just gonna relight this cigar. Sorry. But yeah, take off the band. But yeah, meat is significantly more dangerous because meat has a lot more bacteria. Meat has a lot more bacteria, especially pork and chicken are known for having lots of bacteria in them when they are raw. So that's why you want to be especially more careful when cooking like meat, for example. Not meat as in your pecker, and also, like scrambled eggs, like when you make scrambled eggs, it's okay if they're a little bit runny, but anything more than that, you want to make sure they're decently cooked. And also they taste better. They taste better in general. They taste a lot better because runny eggs don't typically taste that good. The ore burner just went off. So, yeah, runny eggs don't taste that good. And I do think if you eat raw eggs, if you just mix up raw eggs and you just drink them plain, I think you're an absolute fucking moron. It's like, because that's just asking for trouble. It's not quite as bad as, eating a piece of raw pork or like eating a piece of raw chicken, but I still think you're a complete fucking moron. It's like, because that's just asking to get massive diarrhea, massive stomach cramps, massive vomiting. It's just asking me. I still think you're a moron. I keep saying moron. Yeah, moron. So anyway. So yeah. So the bottom line is, be careful if you're cooking, but don't be like OCD. I mean, once something is cooked, it's cooked. It's like, And I mean, I've eaten numerous burgers on a George Foreman grill, they're cooked at 140 degrees, 145 degrees, 150 degrees. Never once, knock on wood, never once gotten sick. Never once gotten food poisoning. I don't think I've ever really gotten food poisoning in my life. I don't think I've ever gotten food poisoning in my life, knock on wood. Of course, smoky's hell. Of course, because Massachusetts is, where I live, Massachusetts is a very, very, very health conscious state. It's a very health conscious state. We probably have a lower rate of food poisoning than other parts of the country because it's a very health conscious state. It's a very strong democratic state, not getting into politics, that kind of bullshit, but, it's a very democratic state, very health conscious state. Health insurance is very important in this state, so I think we're a lot more health conscious than a lot of parts of the country, so I think it's still possible to get food poisoning in Massachusetts. Like if you go to a restaurant, like I've read a few reviews saying people got food poisoning. One of my coworkers several years ago got food poisoning, but it's still possible. But I think it's a lot less likely than if you go to a really nice restaurant in Massachusetts compared to, for example, some whack shack in Tennessee or South Carolina or Georgia, some random run down crappy ass restaurant, so I think it's a lot more likely you're gonna have food poisoning because people aren't washing their hands after they take a piss, whatever, they're touching things. Touching their nose, not washing their hands after they take a piss or take a shit, whatever, So, I think it's still possible in Massachusetts, but it's a lot less likely. That's the bottom line. I guess that's what my point after 12 minutes of rambling. Anyway, cigar's almost done. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.